Hey, I'm Mike Greene with GMA Loading Dock Equipment, and today we're going to show you how to measure for dock seals. So come on in a little closer, and we'll show you what we need to get the correct dock seals for your application. We're going to start out with opening width and height, and that's going to be the full width of the opening, not the door, but the opening width. And what we have here, we've got an 8-foot wide, and I'll go ahead and tell you because I measured this already, it's 8 foot high. So we got an 8x8 opening. Next thing we're looking for is dock height. And a lot of times you'll see concrete swoop up here at the dock face, which will give you kind of a false dock height. This ends up being 46, but if you come out a couple inches where the actual wheels of the trailer will be, we're really at 48. And edge of docks, which we have here, edge of dock leveler, they work best around 48 inches, 50 inches of dock height. If you have a super low dock, primarily with super low docks is where you'll have the problem, but docks can get a little higher than that. But the working range on these is 5 inches max, but you try to stay around 3 inches above and below dock. Otherwise, you're going to put too much of an incline or decline on the plate, and it's hard to get your forklift on and off, especially if it's a pallet jack. But so we got our opening width and height, we got our dock height of 48 inches. Now we go for bumper projection. And on edge of docks, they typically range between 15 and 16 inches of projection. This one ends up being 16. But instead of going from here, we're gonna go from where the seal will actually mount to the wall. So our metal ribbing actually comes out a little bit further than the dock face. So if we measure from there out, we end up with 14 inches. So if we put a dock seal on this wall, we want it to come beyond this bumper 4 to 6 inches. So that way it compresses 4 to 6 inches and you get a nice seal around the truck. So with 14-inch bumper from wall to front of bumper, I would go 19-inch projection and we'd end up with a nice seal. A few other things to look for is side room, head room, and side room on the other side. So you got to make sure there aren't any obstructions like a gas line or a stop and go light that you'll typically see with truck restraints that will be mounted right in the way. If so, sometimes we can modify things to make it work. Otherwise, you're gonna have to move a few things around to allow your dock seals to mount properly. And let's see what else is on the list. Approach. One of the most important things that really gets overlooked a lot of times. Your approach is how the truck backs up to the dock. If it's backing level, then we make our dock seals with the same projection at the bottom and the top. Now, if we have a truck backing downhill, which is called a decline, so your truck's backing downhill to the dock, we're gonna have more projection at the bottom and less at the top because we're trying to mimic the slope of that truck as it approaches. We don't want the top nor the bottom to overcompress or really undercompress, so you wanna get a nice seal. Now, if you did a straight seal on a decline, top of the truck's hitting, say 3 or 4 inches before the bottom even gets there, so it's gonna overcompress the top, end up wearing it out faster, and you really won't like that and your customer won't either. So everything on this list is vital information. And if there's any questions that anybody has, feel free to call me. My number's on the website. Email me, mike@gmadock.com. We'll be happy to walk you through any of this, get you the information you need so we can get you the seal for your application. Thank you.